Hello there. In my 6th episode on reviving Ceylon tea, let me take you to a beautiful tea plantation on the Colombo Hatton Road. It was a bright and sunny morning when I set out to Carolina tea plantation, a few miles away on the Guinea Hatton Road. It is believed the estate was named after the owner's daughter Carolina, but this could not be verified from any other source. The estate commenced cultivation in the year 1892 with tea and other minor crops, vanilla, areca nut and cinnamon. Originally, the estate was owned by Carolina Tea Company and was managed by Leachman and Company. The British planters were G. W. Magison, G. J. Sands and A. C. Hardy at the time, and according to the Ferguson's Directory of 1893. Whatever Plantation's website also mentioned some other names of planters from that period. R. F. Megginson, S. P. Blackmore, A. R. T. Gibbon, C. David Gibbon, R. A. A. Dodney and R. J. Dobbs. So it appears a number of British planters have been involved with this estate during the period. When travelling from Colombo to Hatton, it is Kenilworth Tea Plantation which comes into view first. However, it is Carolina which captivates the mind due to its manager's bungalow and the tea processing centre which come into our focus as they are located just by the main road. Carolina is therefore considered the entrance to the plantation areas of the vast stretches under Dikkoya and Dimbula tea planting district. From Avisavala up to Attawala, we can only see clusters of tea gardens with tea bushes, but not as lush as what can be seen at Carolina. Of course, Kenilworth is an exception. There was no problem reaching the place. The estate boundary starts a few miles from Guinea-Gattan. It's a small town, Guinea-Gattan, and I was really amazed to see a huge number of trees planted a few decades ago, now fully grown and made the valley below the road look like a thick, neat forest, something rare in any part of Sri Lanka. The forest land was once a rocky, barren area belonging to Carolina and a few other estates before extensive tree planting was undertaken, and the land now belongs to the state. Carolina Tea Plantation comes under Dover Dikkoya district and consists of a number of small estates like Agrawata, Carolina, Kandavela, Mount Jean, Wigton, Udiyapala, Trafalgar, Gofell and St. Margaret estates. After Leachman and Co., the estates were run by McCoots Limited for a while before the estates were taken over by the Sri Lanka State Plantations Corporation. Presently, they are owned by Wattavala Plantations. According to Times of Ceylon Green Book 1939, Carolina had over 1,000 hectares in tea with hundreds of coconut trees, 245 hectares in rubber, and a further 726 hectares uncultivated. I remember Carolina bungalow from several decades ago in the 1950s, full of beautiful shade trees and large plots of anthurium growing in their shade. Slowly but steadily, the number of flowers started dwindling, and this time I only saw a third of what was grown before. However, a variety of orchids were being grown at present, attracting visitors, fascinating them by their wild beauty and a splash of color. The entire plantation has about 12 springs scattered throughout the area. The ideal climatic conditions have helped in the growth of many other varieties of trees such as mango, cloves, avocado and durian. The original tea factory was built near the river, below the main road. In the early days, many tea factories were built close to rivers to avail themselves of water power produced by individual estate factories. Carolina became one of the original central tea factories where green leaf from several smaller plantations was brought for manufacture, thus saving a large sum of money for their owners. In subsequent years, Mr. John Walker, founder of Walker Sons and Company Limited, a pioneer engineering firm in Sri Lanka, was entrusted to plan, design and equip a new factory for Carolina. The factory was not built down by the riverside, but it occupied a prominent place by the roadside of the Colombo-Hatton highway. Subsequently, Carolina's tea processing center became the first proper upcountry tea factory for a casual visitor. It gives a glorious view from the road with beautiful trees surrounding the building, giving it a panoramic view. Situated at an elevation of 960 meters, Carolina is classed as a medium-grown tea estate. The average temperature here is between 16 to 22 degrees centigrade, a real cool and comfortable climate for human beings. But the rainfall is 500 millimeters per year is something I would say is too wet for the same humans. The estate has a population of nearly 4,000. Mr. Prasanna Premachandra, the manager of Carolina Estate at that time, was extremely courteous in providing a good insight of the property. Carolina Tea Processing Center manufactures cut, twist and churn. It's called CTC type of tea. A well-maintained factory. It has been awarded with ISO 22000, HACCP System Certified and Ethical Tea Partnership ETP certification. The factory has also been certified as having the 5S concept implemented in their premises. Mr. Devapriya, the assistant manager, and Mr. Sabapati, the factory officer at that time, they play a major role in the day-to-day operation of the tea processing center. A board giving the names of all planters who served Carolina in the past 150 years attracted my attention. This is something I have never seen in any other place. Some of the names mentioned were planters who have served for long periods, and some have excelled in rugby for local clubs as well as for Sri Lanka's national teams. Thank you all for viewing this one, and see you again in my next episode. Bye.